Hey, ladies, how are y'all doing?
Okay, good evening.
So glad it's the end of the work day.
Tell me about it.
But I'm gonna have to work extra all week because I don't get paid for the holiday because I haven't been there long enough. So I don't get paid for the holiday. And they're off. I found out today, Thursday and Friday. I can't even work enough hours to cover both days. So I'm probably just gonna work Friday.
Mm. Well, I am going to enjoy a 4-day weekend. I'm gonna make it work because I'm gonna enjoy all my time. I need it, and plus I got things I need to do. There's some music things I need to do that I'm a little excited about that I've been like haven't had the energy or the momentum to do. So I want to do that so I can knock those things out and be ready for the new year and try to reach some of the timeline goals that I want. What about you, Tawana? What's going on for your holiday?
Well, tomorrow's my last day. And Wednesday I'm cooking. Thursday I am sitting. And I'm resting the rest of that time. And I'll be bright and early back at work on Monday morning.
Nicole, how much you want to bet that comment is from LaCharles? He gonna say, and some dinner to cook. Ain't that about nothing?
And you know it is. I'm watching on Facebook.
Good evening. Yeah. LaCharles, you got to click that link in my group so we can see who you are when you comment. Although I've known you for 34, 35 years, I kind of know when you're talking anyway. So I know when you're talking smack. We've had some very interesting things happen over the course of the last week, wouldn't y'all say?
Yeah.
Let's start with something light. And unfortunately, I didn't watch these, and neither. Well, first let me check. Nicole, were you the one who asked me did I watch the AMAs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't watch them, and Tawana didn't watch them. You want to tell us a little bit about what happened? What did we miss?
Okay, so I watched them today. So if you have Hulu, you can go back and watch it. So while I was working, I had it on. So I took notes. Okay. So Cardi B hosted it. So I'll say this about Cardi B, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She's somebody that I don't like for no good reason. I have no reason not to like her. I just don't want to like her. But I just don't want to like her. But she is hilarious. It's like she makes it hard to not like her. She is hilarious, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, these awards, she's gonna do good, because she's her personality.
Mm-hmm.
But she was era, okay? Everything was, you know what I'm saying? Okay, holla. Everything. And then you couldn't hear who she was announcing. Give it up for Jenna. I was like, who? I mean, she was irritating everything. You could tell she was nervous. And she said she was nervous. But it seemed like she was trying to overdo her own personality instead of just being herself. Because she's naturally hilarious, She's just silly, It seems like she would be.
Uh-oh, she froze. There you go.
Y'all still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so it opened up with Silk Sonic performing Smoking Out the Window. They were good. And to me, it looked just like the video.
Mm-hmm.
How they were dressed. It looked like they set the video up for the performance, But they were really good. The first award went to Bad Bunny. Okay, it was for favorite Latin album. Now I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to sound a certain type of way or offend anybody, but Bad Bunny gets up there, accept their award. You could tell they don't speak English that well, right? Because he was trying to figure out how to say certain things. And then he just said, forget it, and just started speaking in Spanish. So I don't know what he was saying. Coldplay and this group called BTS, they're from Beijing or somewhere. They're an Asian group. They performed together. Boo. That's just my opinion. This girl named Olivia Rodrigo, she was the most nominated, okay? She performed, but she sounds like Adele. What's up with all of these new artists coming out singing like they from another country, but they obviously not. She's a Hispanic, but she's singing like Adele. And another person performed that sound like Adele. They got this they singing like that, whatever. She finally won. She was the most nominated, and she finally won for Best New Artist. Okay. Brandy presented the Best Pop Album. Taylor Swift won against Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, Olivia Rodrigo, and somebody named Kia Leroy. Tyler, the Creator, performed. That made Egypt come out the room. I'm like, you like him? I love him. He is just awesome. And he's this and he's that. And I'm like, well, what makes him so great? And she said that he is right under Kanye West and Pharrell. He produces all of his music and, you know, performs or whatever. I didn't know that about him, but okay. Somebody named Tiny singing in Spanish. The costume looked like a space costume with a picture on the face part with a picture of her face, like a digital picture, sitting at a piano, but she was singing in Spanish. Favorite hip hop award was Cardi B. Chloe, of course, performed Have Mercy, like she just been performing. And I like her and everything. I think she has a beautiful voice, but you could definitely tell either Beyonce wrote that song or they wrote it for Beyonce and Beyonce said, give it to Chloe. I wanted to do. J-Lo performed. I'm going to say I am proud of J-Lo because if you all know that J-Lo, I'll say used to couldn't sing. And a lot of her songs, Ashanti sang. And she was lip syncing to Ashanti's voice. But she has been working with this vocal coach. What is his name? I can't remember his name right now, but I follow him on Instagram. He's really good. She sounds really good. She sounded good. She did good. Artist of the Year was BTS. This boy, it's 7 of them. I'm like, y'all ain't making no money. But this is the Asian group. New Artist of the Year. Now, this was the big thing of the night. And then I'm done. They had a battle of the boy bands from Boston. New Kids on the Block and New Edition. New Kids on the Block, I was never a fan of New Kids on the Block, okay? But they looked good and they were still doing they song, you got the right stuff. You know, they was doing it. New Edition. I want to be a member of New Edition. Bobby Brown, I just wanted to, all 6 of them was up there. I wanted to give him a hug. You know how lately he been sounding all Mr. Telephone Man, like he just and trying to holler it out. He sounds so good. Smooth. Everybody sound good. Ralph, Ricky, they dancing. They just make me want to be in a group.
Now, see, you're going to make me have to go watch it for that.
Right.
Just fast forwarded. They was towards the end. Just fast forwarded to that. Man, it was everything. And I saw New Edition live before. And they made me want to hop on the stage then.
Well, I know a couple of New Edition fanatics who were probably definitely watching that. And if they weren't watching it live, they went back and watched it because I know some fanatics.
And I was never a big New Edition fan when I was younger. I was more of the boys. But man, New Edition, they just got it. And they sound good still. And they movement together. And then you see BTS, the little Asian group in the crowd, talking about some. I'm like, look at them still in the steps. I said, y'all better watch some more New Edition because that's the blueprint. Well, they ain't gonna say they the blueprint because you know you had the Jackson 5 before. There was groups before New Edition, but New Edition they just that was the highlight of the show. Even New Kids on the Block did good too.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna say I never liked their songs when I was younger, and they sound even more generic hearing them today. But they did good.
Mm. Well, I'm a little older than y'all, so New Edition is definitely in my wheelhouse. I like the boys, but I was a little older when they came out, so they were, because I was older, I guess. I mean, Mr. Telephone Man and Cooler Now, all that stuff is popcorn, I guess. But all of that, what's the
Dial
song?
My Heart,
Yeah.
Little
Yeah, that was
Romance,
like
Lucky
really
Charm,
cheap. That was like
Happy. I
really,
know all the songs.
I liked them, but I was a little older at that point. So I'm definitely team New Edition. So Tawana, you and I got to go back and check that out.
Definitely. Especially since I have my 5 days off. So yeah.
So to talk about this young Dolph situation, what do y'all know, or what do y'all think about it in general? You don't have to necessarily know his whole life story of like what's going on, but unfortunately, he was tragically killed in gun violence. He, from what I read, was shot at a couple of times in 2017. He also had an issue last year where he was in an altercation, and then of course this year somebody ultimately, actually gets to the point where they take him out. What do y'all know about it, or how do y'all feel about everything that's going on in rap culture with the violence?
I just think, you know how they always used to talk about how rap artists glorify a certain lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have these kids wanting to be this and wanting to be that. But then in actuality, a lot of these rappers don't really live that lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or they know how to separate. Because when you look at people like 50 Cent, he had beef with the game. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J and Cool Mo D. But they weren't trying to kill each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when it was over, like when 50 Cent performed, now doing concerts, they did diss tracks against each other. He's not still performing those diss tracks that he did against the game and vice versa. But here you have these new school rappers that are still out here in the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you look at Young Thug, he just got out of jail on a $500,000 bond for drug trafficking. Like, why are you still doing that? It's like they think, oh, this is the life. And these new ones are actually living this life. You know what I mean? Young Dolph had beef with a lot of people. Like I was seeing some videos where people were saying, why were you in Memphis? You got beef. Everybody know that's your car. Why didn't you rent a car? You post them where you're going to be. You don't even have security. So that might say to your ops, forget y'all. I'm who I am. Y'all ain't going to do nothing to me. Then you got these young dudes out here trying to make a name for themselves. They see you out. They see opportunity. So you're not going to see no text messages of go get him or do this because, oh, that's his car. It's wrapped in camouflage or whatever they get in their car. Well, his car was wrapped in camouflage, but everybody know that's Young Dolph car. So they see you at this cookie shop that you advertising online that you love. They take you out, because they're trying to get a name for themselves. And I also just read that, okay, they found the car that was involved in it. They put out pictures of the two guys. A picture of the car was a white Mercedes. They also just towed the car from a residence. And then it either happened earlier today or maybe yesterday. The house that the car was towed from, somebody was just murdered there. Don't know if it's connected, but it does seem all weird that this is where they towed a car that was involved in the shooting for Young Dolph. Now there's a murder there. And the witness said there was a woman running down the streets screaming, running to the house, and a black car sped off from the scene. So,
Tawana, oh, sorry. Tawana, what do you think?
Me and Tammy were talking a little bit before you got on, and I was saying how I'm not sure of who the person was, but one of the rappers were talking about how, you know, that the rappers love to rap about selling drugs and getting females, fighting, shooting, and killing, and they aren't actually doing that. That's just something that they're putting out there because it's the cool thing to do. Mm-hmm. But nowadays things are different, and the code has changed. The code has changed everything, and now you actually have these rappers out here doing what they're living, and they're getting themselves caught up. And sometimes they may even be trying to get out of it, but changing your whole rap style would put you on a back burner and open a door for somebody else to get in. So regardless of if you're changing something or not, because I think I read that he had a song out, something about them being shot at 100 times. Had been shot a few times, and his quote was, "Somebody's always trying to kill me. I'm always a mark." It's just sad. And he wasn't really all that young. I think he was 30.
He was 36.
Yeah.
I want to make a correction. It wasn't Young Thug that just got out of jail. It was Fetty Wap.
Okay. Well, one thing I want to say is that as an artist, I'm really not for censorship. You know, I'm really not pro censorship, but I do believe in artistic responsibility and artistic accountability. You are responsible for what you put out into the universe, and you have to decide if it's something that you want to live with. Music to me is supposed to be about bringing people together, and it's supposed to be about helping people through things and expressing emotion. And rather it's a sad song that helps you get through a hard time in your life, or rather it's a happy song and you feel like partying, or rather it's a message song. I feel like music is supposed to take you to a better place and a higher place. And I feel like as artists, we have that responsibility. I don't think that a lot of the music that they do today does that. And that's just my opinion. I'm not policing what people should do. I just choose to support it or not support it. But when you put certain things out into the universe, then that is what you are manifesting, whether you believe it or not. And somebody tried to make the comment where they said that, well, if you want rappers to stop rapping about street violence and this and all of that, whatever, you're going to tell them to stop making gangster movies and scary movies and blah, blah, blah. And I felt like that was a ridiculous statement, because Al Pacino, Richard De Niro, Joe Pesci, they played gangsters, but they ain't out there shooting nobody. You know, they're not taking it off the screen. It's a movie. You know, these rappers are living these lives that they rap about, and you're inviting that into your life and into your space. So it's unfortunate that that's your demise, but you have some accountability in that because you're putting it out there, and it's unfortunate. And I wish that they would. I know Jadakiss said something about, you know, the violence in hip hop culture and blah. This is not hip hop culture. This is rap culture. Yeah. As somebody who comes from hip hop, I come from the 70s and I also come from the beginnings of hip hop too. This ain't what hip hop was about. Hip hop was not about materialism. It was not about sexism. It was not about degrading folks. It was about elevating your mind. It was about consciousness. It was about empowerment. That what they are classifying or trying to classify as hip hop now ain't hip hop. It's rap. Rap is an art form. It's a subculture to some of hip hop culture, but they are not living the hip hop message. You know, that's my opinion. I think it's unfortunate that yet another young person, because he was only 36, lost their life. 36 is too young, you know, to be
had a wife and kids.
Yeah, a father, a husband. It's unfortunate, you know. We have to, as a community, choose to be better, and we have we have a responsibility. Artists have a responsibility, and not just singers and rappers, but actors have a responsibility. Comedians have a responsibility. Human beings have a responsibility. You know, when doctors and scientists go out there and they do things and they put things out there, it's supposed to be for the greater good. We are supposed to be contributing to society in one way or another, whatever our gift is, to make it a better place. And that doesn't matter what your art form is or what your contribution is. You know, a scientist, I can't remember his name right now, the scientist that created the atom bomb, you have to live with what you created and the destruction that it caused and what people can now potentially do with it. So you have to be careful what you choose to put out there, because once it's out there, it's out there.
It's out there. You live by the sword, you die by it.
Yeah. So sorry that he lost his life. Condolences to his family. I pray that we choose to be better in what we put in the universe. We gonna come back to the verses because I got a feeling the verses gonna take us some time. So we gonna come back to the verses. Real quick, if we talk about some things that have happened in music history. 40 years ago this week, Cicely Tyson married Miles Davis.
Never knew that.
You know what she married Miles Davis? They were married, yeah. I don't know how long exactly, but yeah, they were married. 35 years ago this week, Human League went to #1 with Human. You know, Human League. I'm only human, not born to make mistakes. You know that that song. You remember? I can't think of it right now. So why do you remember? You remember it?
I'm sorry. I'm just loving her face like.
She don't know it. You would know it. I can't think of it right now, but it was a cut. 35 years ago, Michael Bolton went to #1 with his remake of Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman. And 30 years ago this week, Freddie Mercury of Queen passed away. And 30 years ago this week, Michael Jackson released the Dangerous album. So
30 years ago. Geez.
30 years ago. 30 years ago, I was 18. So the best.
I was in 8th grade.
You were in 8th grade? I was going to college. The best and worst songs remakes this week. So now, when Tawana picked this song, I knew it was going to win. I was like, part of me was like, I should change my song. I know what song could be there, but I was like, no, I'm gonna stick with what my pick was. But I was like, Tawana winning this one. I already know she is. But Cruising by D'Angelo.
I hate that song.
Remake. I knew it was going in. Remake of Smokey is what was #1. In contention, we also had I Still Believe, Mariah Carey's remake of Brenda K. Starr. Look, Latrell said right. What were you saying right to? Put it in there because I don't remember. I don't know what part you were talking about. But Mariah Carey's remake of Brenda K. Starr's song, that was a hit. My pick, y'all know I love MJ, was Come Together, his remake of the Beatles. And then we had a member of my Facebook group suggest I Will Survive, Shantae Savage's remake of Gloria Gaynor. So if you have a suggestion for a remake, and I should say not one of mine.
Well, I would like to say that I didn't know that we were like trying to win. I was thinking in terms of this is what I like. So if you haven't heard it, go listen. I
was trying to win.
That I did, but I was like, I started running out of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, I now have to start researching. Oh, but this one right here, it was between 2 D'Angelo songs, and I'm gonna do that one next week.
And if it's the one you're talking about, that one I don't like.
Really?
I don't like it. I got a feeling I know what you're talking about. But the worst worst remakes.
And can I make a disclaimer before you say that? I honestly, and I'm just be honest, I just picked this song because I figured people would be like, what? I thought it was gonna blow up. I actually do like his version.
You do?
And I don't even like Prince, but I do like that. But I did that on purpose just to see. I wanted to start something.
I'm surprised I expected more people to be like, what?
Because
people were pretty calm. I was like, man, this is gonna come out to Nicole for like what are you on?
I had to step out the classroom. I was typing so fast. Oh, they will send this up in the comments.
So some of the worst remakes were Bad, Billie Eilish's remake of Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna have to go listen to that.
You didn't listen to it? I posted the link. She sound like a drunk, high somebody. 'Cause I'm big. No. I was like, no. I was like, don't do that to that song.
That was a drunk jam session song. That's how that came about. It has.
I was like, no, don't do that. Ain't Nobody Like You. Felix. I keep want to call him Flex. Felix.
Ain't Nobody Like You.
I'm sorry. Oh. Ain't nobody.
Oh.
Ain't nobody.
I'm like Nikki Howard.
Who is that song?
Ain't Nobody.
Okay.
Felix's remake of Chaka. And that was Sawana's pick. And Nicole picked Betcha by Golly Wow, Prince's remake of the Stylistics. And I was like, what? And the worst one was Billie Eilish. What I am going to do is I post the links. I said going forward I was going to post the links in the post so that people could check it out if they never heard it. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, every week, the goal is to win.
Okay.
So yeah, that means that you have to. There's nothing wrong with picking some of your personal favorites or whatever, but just remember that there is an element of wanting people to pick your song. So gotta pick something that people like and that they've heard or that they will go and listen to. So that was interesting. So now I'll do birthdays real quick because we're gonna end on this versus thing because this versus thing was interesting. So today's the first day of Sagittarians. 1899, old, long time ago. Hoagie Carmichael was born on November 22nd. He wrote Georgia on My Mind. That's probably the song that y'all know the most by him, but he was born.
Have you ever realized how you just said 1899 for us born in the 1900s?
Right.
1899, and then these kids born in the 2000, you born in the 1900s.
Right.
That's offensive when somebody say, "Oh, you from the 1900s."
It's true though. It's true. It's true. November 23rd, 1939, we had Betty Everett. She had the Shoop Shoop song. Y'all know that?
Mm-hmm.
You know that song?
Whitney Houston, Shoop Shoop. Oh yeah.
If you wanna know if he loves you so,
I didn't know it was called the Shoop Shoop song. I thought it's in his Kiss.
1954, Bruce Hornsby. 1992, Miley Cyrus. November 24th, 1956, Terry Lewis of The Time. 1968, Don Robinson of En Vogue. November 25th, Percy Sledge. Jocelyn Brown, somebody else has got Jocelyn Brown. Amy Grant, Stacey Lattisaw. The 26th, Robert Goulet, although I actually know him more as an actor than a singer, but he did some stuff. Tina Turner. Jean Terrell, who replaced Diana Ross. Natasha Bedingfield, who was just on The Masked Singer. November 27th, Al Jackson from Booker T and the MGs. Eddie Rabbitt. Jimi Hendrix was born November 27th. Twista was born November 27th. November 28th, Berry Gordy. Janet Hutchinson of The Emotions, and Trey Songz. Those are the birthdays.
Can we rewind? So you said somebody that replaced Diana Ross?
In the Supremes.
I had no idea that anybody ever replaced her. I thought after it was the Supremes, then it went to Diana Ross in the Supremes. I know that Cindy Birdsong was replaced by Florence, right? Or was it Florence replaced by Cindy? One of the two.
Yeah.
The first
one. I never knew. I thought when they broke up, Diana just went solo and that was it.
No, because they did Up the Ladder to the Roof came up after Diana Ross left. They didn't have a lot of hits after she left, but Up the Ladder to the Roof was one hit that they had after she left.
Wow. So did they go back to just the Supremes after she left?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, and I need to make a correction. Last week I said it was Q-Tip's birthday. It was Spike's birthday. He's the Scorpio, not Q-Tip. Q-Tip is an Aries. Oh, evil Aries. Okay, so now we gotta talk about this verses. That was it was interesting. The verses. Y'all give y'all opinion first of the verses overall. Tawana, you want to start? You want to start, or you want me to start?
I mean, I'll just give my opinion. I think, well, first I want to say I thought both of them You didn't really want me to talk.
I'm sorry. I did the wrong thing. I was trying to go to solo layout.
I think that they both looked beautiful. Mm-hmm. I think Stephanie Mills she was just an awesome performing. She was I liked how she was moving and stuff. I think she was great at performing. I want to say about Chaka, whom I love, but it really was disheartening to hear so many people talk about, even if she did have a drug addiction, when people share, she shared her past that she had. She was battling with drug addiction in the past, and people, when you share stuff like that, people automatically say, oh, she's drunk. Oh, she's high. For me personally, she did not look drunk or she didn't look high. It was her slurring and how she was singing and maybe forgetting some of the words, but she's been doing that. I've seen her live in concert more than once. And I've said, I don't like the way she sings now. Even when I follow her on Instagram and she'll sing some stuff, how she's singing now is this really, she's slurring. That's just how she's been singing for a while. For all we know, she could have been having some kind of health issue and she didn't want to be there. I feel like at the end, when she hit the little high scream or whatever she did, and she was like, okay, good night, bye. No, she been ready to go. She's 68 years old. And like I said, she didn't look drunk or high. It was how she sound. And I really wanted her to just not sing. Just let it play, Chaka. Stephanie, it sounded like it's some. I think she had her band backstage on some of the stuff.
She did.
She had performance tracks.
Oh, because she was jamming. And I like the way she held Chaka down. She was singing her songs and singing Chaka songs. And just very supportive. I really appreciated that. Besides, we'll get into the songs because I want to say, Tammy called me earlier and wanted to, go head to head. And when I said what I said, I think I kind of rubbed her the wrong way. And she like, you lying. And when I was like, no. And so then Michael says, because he hear our conversation, he cracking up laughing. He like, you wrong. Just Chaka. So I said, well, maybe I'm tripping because I know when I usually watch all the verses, usually I'm on Facebook saying who won each round. That's how I listen to it. So I'm like, I already know I did that. I'm like, let me go back so that it don't seem like I'm just being biased, because I'm gonna be honest. I do not like everything Chaka has made. I do not. So it's not that. So I went back. Let me go back and look. And I will say this before we get into that, because I'm going to let you give your opinion on the whole show. I personally feel like Chaka understood the assignment and what songs to choose. Because literally every song she did was like my favorites. It was like she understood the assignment. I wrote down some songs that Stephanie didn't do that I was like, now this would have. It was 7 songs that Stephanie didn't do that she should have did.
And it's some stuff Chaka didn't do that she should have did too.
Yeah, but they only did 10. It's only for me.
No, they did 17 songs.
No, it was 10 in the battle, right?
They did 17 songs.
So I must be missing some then. So maybe we can correct me when we get to that part then. So maybe my point would change then. My point might change.
Okay. Okay, Tawana, what was your thoughts overall on the show?
I completely I'm gonna say I disagree. I feel that she probably did have some stuff going on, and I think that knowing that she could have had some things going on, that they should have postponed it or changed it or something different. They could have done it differently, because looking at her catalog and the things that she's been through in her life, people are going to judge her standing up there the way she performed. It was cringy for me. I love Chaka. I don't care what she do. She can run down the street butt naked. She is still going to be Chaka. She is one of my top 10 of artists that are here from the time I was born to now. She still sound good even in her not so great state. She was hitting them notes. I feel that if her circumstances for that day would have been different, she would have killed the verses. All I can think of is where were her people?
Mm-hmm.
Where I wouldn't let my person get up there. Where were her people?
Mm-hmm.
I was disheartened. I was like, I'm not gonna say I was embarrassed, but for her, because at the end of the day, regardless of what she does, she is still Chaka. You can't take that from her. Nobody can. But where were her people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still feel like people just associate because maybe you haven't seen her. Like I said, I've seen her in concert, like within the last couple years. Even when she was just on The Masked Singer, like when she sung "You Don't Own Me," she sounded just like she did on that verses on that song. I don't know if it's within the recent years. She has this lazy slurring that what she was doing. So and then people that were commenting too, it's like, oh, I just saw her in concert last year, and people are saying this is what she's been sounding like. So for somebody who has been seeing her perform, me seeing her on the verses, I already knew I didn't want her to sing. She ain't been sounding like Chaka for a long time. I already knew, please just play the music, Chaka. But she didn't.
Even just the slurring for me, because it's actually a artist here in Chicago who sounds just like Chaka to me. And she does the thing. I like sometimes when she does it, it seems like it's a little bit more, but it wasn't just her singing to me, because like I say, at a different day, her singing to me, she still, how can I say she sound good in her badness? Because she was, like I said, she was hitting the notes. Yeah, okay. With her repertoire, of course I can't remember my kid's name sometime, and I'm able-minded and bodied and these are my kids.
She's 68.
Right. And so of course she's not going to remember every song. I know people who sung a song millions of times and they still have their playbook in front of them. It was the stumbling and the
Now, see, I didn't see any stumbling. When you see some
Oh man,
stumbling,
baby, you didn't see the stumbling, and
no.
roll back, and I was watching when she was sitting in the chair, and
Did you watch the whole thing?
head.
Yes,
You sure? I'm gonna send you the link.
I watched the whole thing
She was stumbling. She
from
almost
beginning to
fell a couple
end.
of
The
times.
boring DJs and everything.
Girl, I fast forwarded past all that. I didn't have all
Oh,
that
you
time.
couldn't have because you only saw 10 songs.
I must have just was enjoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
say-
this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say both ladies.
wait. I just
No,
gotta
I'm
go.
gonna say this. No, it's not that I only saw 10 songs. I went back and looked up what was each, and that's what was listed. And I know normally in the verses it is only 20 songs. It's only 10 each. And
No,
that's
it's
why when I
20.
looked at this
It's only
list,
20 each.
and that's when I looked at this list that they gave, I was like, oh, okay, this sounds about right.
No, it's normally 20
Three
each.
songs.
It's normally 20 each. But Twan, what were we about to say?
The last thing I was gonna say is I gotta commend Stephanie Mills. She had her girl back. And sometimes it's hard. They try to make Black women out to be so angry and so much against each other and so catty and but she had her back. She was there. I like the way that when she felt she was a little unstable, she would jump up and she would stand next to her. She had her friends back. Well, I don't know if they're friends. I really don't care. She showed that she had Chaka's back on that night. So big ups to Stephanie.
They're friends. I'm just gonna say, hopefully pretty quickly, I think both ladies looked absolutely beautiful. I thought it was funny when they walked out there with their color coordinated hair.
I'm like, did they playing that?
I was like, really? But I think they were both really, really cute. I do think that unfortunately, and this is not because of her history, I do unfortunately think that Chaka does need help again. And it was more, and it's not judging her and it's not hating on her. Like, I really hope that she gets the help that she needs, because I hate to see Chaka go out like that. I don't want to see or hear about another icon that we lose to drugs. I don't. You know, I'm tired of it. We've lost too many people to drug addictions, and drug addiction is real. So when I was watching it, people cracking jokes, I ain't crack jokes. You know, it wasn't funny to me to watch. It was sad. It was disheartening, because when you listen to her, how she talked about how she fought to overcome it after Whitney's death, and how Prince's death affected her and all of that, like, I was rooting for her that she would beat it this time. And unfortunately, I do think that she slipped, and you know, she was wobbly, and it wasn't just the heels, you know, because it was
she
still
had no heels on. She had on combat boots.
She started
had
with
heels on, and her manager came out and put those boots on her.
She started with heels, and it was way worse. The wobbliness was way worse, and it wasn't the slurring or the lazy singing that made me think, oh my God, Chaka is. It wasn't. It was her mannerisms. It was the way that she was walking and the way that she was moving. It was forgetting the words, and trust me, we all forget stuff at times. Cause shoot, I was at Nicole's and I called the dog Egypt. So
I call Ladybug Egypt all the time. So
we all have moments. It wasn't the brain freezes, and she had a gazillion songs, so I'm sure, you know, that is real easy to get, you know, lyrics mixed up. It was her entire demeanor, and I was like, oh my God. It like sunk my heart, because I felt like this could have been such an iconic battle. Yes. Because you have two amazing vocalists. Like, I love them both. You have two amazing vocalists who have given us catalogs of great music that has, you know, touched decades of our lives, it's touched our parents' lives, and now it's touching, you know, even though y'all kids didn't experience it, even they're experiencing it. Like, their music transcends generations. And I just really feel like this really could have been an epic, you know, battle that showed people what great music, great musicianship is really all about. So it was a little disheartening to see the way that it went down. And it doesn't take anything away from Chaka, because she's amazing. She's had an amazing career. She's given amazing songs.
Yes.
You know, you can't take that away from her, and no part of me would ever think to try to take that away from her. But I do believe that she has, you know.
I just hate that it seemed like it's in our community. I hate the way we treat each other. The comments, I hated seeing the comments. Even the way Whitney, her legacy, it now is known as, oh, she was a crackhead. A lot of these kids coming up, they don't know her music like that, but they know her as being a drug addict.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just horrible. And then the way that they're talking about Chaka. But when you look at artists like Elvis Presley, who died of a drug overdose, his drug addictions didn't precede his talent. Nope. You know what I mean? So many artists and rock artists that's die of drug overdose, but their artistry is still appreciated. But then in our community, it's almost you was high. It's like we build them up. You know, people built Whitney up to tear her down.
To tear her down. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's definitely unfortunate how much and how quickly we do tear each other down, because drug addiction is a very serious problem. And it's not just a problem in the Black community. It is a problem worldwide, you know, and it's a serious problem. It's not something to tell jokes about. People lose their lives. It's really not something to tell jokes about. I didn't want to laugh. There was one part that I did laugh, but I tried so hard not to laugh at some of that stuff that was going on. But one at the very end, when Stephanie was like, I did this show when I was 17, and Chaka was like, this one? And I was like, I knew she was talking about the Wiz, but I was like, okay, Chaka. I was like, Chaka, a little gone. That made me chuckle. But I don't think that Chaka's and her presence in her state was anything to laugh about. But that was funny when she did that.
And just one more thing about Chaka. She's been through a lot. I didn't really hear fully about, you know, everything that she's been through, but she was a Black Panther. She more than just her music, she's done so much. And for people to make jokes about what she's going through in her life, it could have been anybody. She's been through a lot. We've all been through a lot, but the times that she grew up in are different than today. We have it hard today, but they made the way for a lot of us for today. We making a way for the future kids coming up, and it's disheartening to see so many artists talking about this situation as well. And that's all I have to say. It's just really bothering. It just bothered me. But I enjoyed the music.
Well, I'm gonna say we live in a society, a warped society, and people holistically have a very warped sense of humor about what is funny and what they should laugh at, and then they video record any and everything that is inappropriate in situations where they should possibly be trying to help people. People today are just their mind is just effed. It's like they need help in a lot of areas, and they don't even see it. Like they think it's funny. They think it's just a joke. They think it's no big deal. Society is in a pretty jacked up situation, and you can tell by the things that we post and share. Yeah. It's unfortunate. So let's talk about the songs one by one. We're gonna talk about the songs. And if y'all are checking us out, the people that are tuned in, thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to give your choices as we run down this list, you can give your choice. We might give a little commentary on some of the songs. We might not on everyone, because it depends on how much time we have. But I will say that what I'm judging on each song is not only the vocal performance, I'm judging the lyrics, I'm judging the music and the arrangement, I'm judging the song in totality for what it does for me, not just the vocal performance. And both ladies gave us some amazing songs, so I'm not knocking either one. And I think that we really we view competition as a negative, but it's really not. There is truly a such thing as a healthy competition, but people have turned it into such a negative, you know. And sometimes when you do head-to-heads, it's all in fun. Like, ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't no animals or nobody being hurt in the process.
You know, take back those sales.
It's just fun. When somebody say, "Do you like Denzel or Samuel L. Jackson? Who do you prefer?" I like them both, and you shouldn't pick. Why not? It's okay. It's okay to have a preference. You know, it doesn't mean you don't appreciate both, but it's okay to have like one a little bit better than the other. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, y'all ready?
I guess.
Okay. First head-to-head songs. They didn't fully play, but this is how the matchups were supposed to go. Ease on down the road, and once you get started.
Chaka.
Tawana.
Chaka.
Okay. And I'm gonna go with Stephanie on this song, and I'm gonna tell y'all why.
You talking about ease on down the road.
I don't like Once You Get Started. Lyrically, I don't like that song. Lyrically, that song has a funky bass line.
Yes.
Lyrically, I don't like the song at all. And I don't really, and truthfully, I don't want to pick either one of these songs. In this case, and the only reason I pick an Ease on Down the Road is for nostalgia's sake. Like, truthfully, because neither one of these songs would be in my playlist. But
once you get started, it's the business. I like big songs. It's like a 70s version of no, Beyonce. What's the name of the song?
Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love. You know, I like that big. That's like a song you can start the show with or end it with.
Yeah.
You can start it. It's a party song. I just don't like it lyrically. It doesn't do anything for me. But Charles picked Once You Get Started.
Thank you.
Two Hearts and Everlasting Love.
Chaka. Come on.
Tawana.
What you say?
Shaka, come on.
Okay. And of course, Nicole, you know I picked Shaka on this one because Everlasting Love is my jam. That's my jam. ain't no denying. Where is the love?
An Angel.
Or Angel.
Shaka.
Had to change that, and it's Shaka.
She said Stephanie originally.
I had to think about it. I did say Stephanie originally, but then I listened to it and it's not the original, so I had to go back to Angel.
I'm telling you, home.
Well, I'm picking Stephanie. I think Angel is a pretty song. I think it's a beautiful song, but it ain't my jam. It's like when I hear it, it ain't my jam.
But Where Is the Love is?
Oh,
Where is the love?
Where's the Love is my jam. Both versions, the original version and the remake. Both
I prefer the original.
I like them both. Both of these are Prince songs. The next one that I How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore? And I
Feel For You. How could anybody not pick Chaka Khan? I'll feel for you.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. LaCharles, if you say Two Hearts
what's
and
the songs again?
Love, are you talking about Two Hearts and Everlasting Love? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about
Where he said Feel For You?
No, he said he was going back because he ain't said nothing just once you get started. But on this, he said I Feel For You. But what you pick on Two Hearts and Everlasting Love? I'm pretty sure it's Everlasting Love.
Yeah.
It should be.
Oh, okay. Feel For You.
I'm assuming he picked Everlasting Love, but the other one's Where is the Love and Angel. Angel is the song where she goes, Nicole, you want to sing it? Pretty little angel.
Pretty little angel. Hey. That is a pretty song.
It's a
Where Was the Love is probably more known, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But when I hear that in my head, I don't hear Stephanie Mills.
Mm-hmm. Of course, he picked Everlasting Love. Oh, and in some cases, if I like both songs, then my pick was which one would I prefer to sing?
Stephanie.
So, Sweet Sensation or Papillon?
Papillon.
Yes, honey. Pop.
Papillon. I told you Chaka understood the assignment.
And see, I'd rather sing Sweet Sensation. So to me, Papillon, I tried to sing it in the show before. I added it and I took it out because it just wasn't no fun to sing. It was not fun to sing at all to me.
The band has to be
right.
Popping.
That's all drum and bass.
It was like, okay, yeah, I don't like how this feel. No. If I Were Your Woman and Magic in Your Eyes.
So I put a star next to this one only because, okay, I'm gonna say this. I do not like If I Were Your Woman. Okay, it's not a bad song, but I don't like the song. Just like I don't like I'm Going Down and those type of songs. I just don't like it. Mm-hmm. Magic in Your Eyes is a nice song. Not one of my favorites, but I would listen to it. If I Were Your Woman came on, I would change. So I picked Magic in Your Eyes, not because it's Chaka, only because I would actually listen to it if it came on.
And okay. Stephanie for that one.
And I picked Stephanie too. Surprise, surprise. Okay.
Chaka for this next one.
Now, Nicole Charles said, sing Magic in Your Eyes.
I don't really know how it go.
Okay. Keep Away Girls or Stay?
Stay. I never even heard of Keep Away Girls.
I sang it in my show. But on this, of course, it's Stay. I did 2 Stephanie Mills tribute shows, and I sang it on both of them.
Was I at both of them?
Were you at the one in Blue Island? Or had you moved to Texas?
I think this last one, I moved.
Okay, but the first one you were there. And what I'm gonna say about, of course, I picked Stay on this one because Stay is my jam. Stay is my absolute jam. Stay was the song that I told somebody who used to do Chaka all the time. She always sang, I'm every woman and ain't nobody. And I was like, can you please sing something?
She used to kill Stay.
But she never used to do it until I was like, add this song to your repertoire. Because I was like, I'm sick of hearing I'm every woman. I told her to do Stay and You Got the Love, because I was like, you need some new Chaka. And back then, people were not doing them like they do them now. So now, when everybody started doing those, then I moved to, okay, now I do Clouds and I Know You, I Live You, because now y'all making me sick of Stay, whatever. But Keep Away Girls, I like that song until it gets to the bridge. So I always, when I do that song in the show, I only sing it up to the bridge and we go to something else because I think the bridge sucks.
I never heard that song. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, Put Your Body in It and Clouds.
Clouds, come on now.
Clouds, I pick Clouds.
What is Put Your Body in It?
Put your body in it.
You waited all night long today. When I'm giving you another chance.
No.
But don't be afraid now. I'm waiting just for you.
That song always
takes you all night long.
You say that song always what?
Make me think about working out.
Oh.
It just sounds like a song you would hear in a gym.
I like it and it is my jam, but Clouds is my jam. Clouds is my jam. Comfort of a Man in Hollywood. Tawana, this was one you didn't pick.
I don't know.
I don't even know what Comfort of a Man is.
Yes, yeah, you do.
How it go? Please, somebody sing.
Years of loneliness came crashing down like a storm that's just been building up too long. when I look inside to find me.
Girl, you should have just started at the chorus.
Right, because I ain't getting it.
So why don't you sing the chorus?
All I know.
Oh, do it again.
I need the comfort.
Okay, yeah. I know that.
I like that song.
Hollywood
is dope, but the Gemini in me can't choose because.
Thank you, LaCharles. Hollywood.
Comfort of a man. Go back and listen to it. There's a note that she hits in there that gives me freaking chills. I'm like, yeah.
It's a cute song.
I was like, never knew love like this before, and stop on by.
And I'm gonna say this: Never Knew Love is one of my favorite Stephanie songs, but stop on and by. Hey, I'm learning that on bass right now. That is a cut. I'm sorry.
Tawana.
Stephanie.
Y'all know that's my favorite song. Y'all know I'm picking that.
And that's all I had was those 10 rounds.
We got some more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the songs I wrote down that I
wait.
No, I'm saying the songs I wrote down. Maybe she did do. So.
Oh, okay. So next round was I Feel Good All Over.
Okay, she did do that.
And Tell Me Something Good.
I'm gonna have to go with Chaka.
I'll pass.
And I say that only because if I had to do what Tammy does, decide that way which one would I sing, it would be Tell Me Something Good.
Same. If that's the way that we're going, I would Tell Me Something Good. But
now you changed your mind because when we were on the phone, you said I Feel Good All Over.
I can't sing I Feel Good All Over.
Well, I said when I can't choose between the songs, I picked which one I would want to sing when I can't choose between them.
Right. I like I Feel Good. That was one of the ones that I was like, now if she would have did this, but
I pass on that.
But Charles, you can vote. You ain't got to sing. Which one is the better song to you? That's for us. That's our out when we can't pick.
I'm gonna say Stephanie on that one. I'm gonna switch and say I Feel Good.
Of course I said I Feel Good because I'm sorry. Tell Me Something Good is one of my least favorite Chaka songs.
That's not my favorite. And it's not my favorite to sing. I cannot sing I Feel Good all over.
But it ain't about singing. That was my thing when I can't pick.
No, that's what I was saying when you first said it. I was just kind of like, man, which one? But I'm gonna say I Feel Good. I think vocally, the arrangements, just the song was a good song.
Especially the end.
Yeah, that's just a good song.
Okay. What you gonna do? Oh, Charles picked I Feel Good. What you gonna do with My Lovin' and You Got the Love?
And what?
You Got the Love.
You know it's You Got the Love.
I know it's You Got the Love for you.
And I like What You Gonna Do. I do. But You Got the Love.
And Tawana?
I don't like that song.
I know you. Tawana don't like that song because she don't like having to do that background part where it goes up.
So I'm going with Chaka.
You know where it goes up. She don't like having to go
on what part?
On the background at the end when they start doing it.
Oh, you don't like that's the cutest part.
She don't like having to sing it.
Oh.
So because of that, I have to disagree to dislike the song.
What you gonna do with my loving? That's it, LaCharles.
Okay, now this is one. I told Tawana I had a couple of ties. I made myself pick on some of them, but on this one, I went back and forth because What You Gonna Do with My Lovin' is one of my absolute favorite Stephanie Mills songs. And You Got the Love is just so freaking funky. Like, I love the bass line. And Nicole Dove, I love when she sing it. I can't sing it like her, but I love when she sings. Like, I love both songs. This is so, I went back and forth. So I said, for me, this one is a tie. I don't know, because I just can't pick.
And that.
Okay, you're putting a rush on me and Ain't Nobody.
I'm gonna have to go with Ain't Nobody. Even though I like Putting a Rush on Me, I do. That was on my list.
Tawana.
Putting a rush on me. I think I might go download that. Huh?
I think I went with Stephanie on this one.
You did. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. This is another one I went back and forth on because truth be told, neither one of these is my favorite song. I like
really?
them. I like them, but in all honesty, if I never heard Ain't Nobody Ever Again in Life, I would be okay. I really would. Not because it's not a good song. It is.
People out sing it, and especially in Texas. Here in Houston, that's the song. If they sing it Chaka, if it ain't Sweet Thing, it's Ain't Nobody.
Karaoke, open mic, on your radio, in the shower. That song is everywhere.
So I went back and forth with this one, but I ended with Stephanie Putting a Rush on Me.
Thank you, LaCharles. So it's 2 against 2.
I went back and forth only because I'm so sick of Ain't Nobody. Secret Lady or Sweet Thing and Sweet Thing.
Sweet Thing.
Sweet Thing. I picked Sweet Thing too. LaCharles, I'm sure you picked Sweet Thing. Something in the Way You Make Me Feel or I Know You, I Live You.
I know you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with I Know You, I Live You. That song is it.
From the thunder to the end. That song.
Life.
Well, I went with I Know You, I Live You because I introduced you to that song. Remember?
Who are you looking at?
You, Nicole.
How?
Years ago. I asked you, did you know it? And you said no. At the same time that we talked about Clouds and this. So I Know You, I Live You.
No, I don't know. I think maybe I didn't know what you were talking about because I used to see Nanette Frank sing this all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, this musically, the music on this song is just power. Like I love this song from beginning to end, from the time it come in. It just kicks hard. So I went with Chaka on this one. Feel the Fire or Night in Tunisia?
I'm gonna go with Feel the Fire.
Blasphemy! No. Are you serious? I almost choked on my Oreo.
How that song go?
On this one,
for me all day.
How that song go?
It's a jazzy song, but I'm with you on this one. Feel the Fire. I like Night in Tunisia, but
yeah, I didn't really like that one that much. That's not one of my faves.
It's
I like it, but
the everything about the song, the instruments, the singing, the
okay. It's a good song, but
feel the
I'll pass.
And y'all know they had to put these two songs against each other. Home and I'm Every Woman.
I'm gonna have to go with I'm Every Woman. Both of my favorite singers slayed it. My favorite singers ever. Home, I don't like Home that much. It's just a lot.
And Tawana picked Home, and I'm sorry, I gotta go with I'm Every Woman. I know everybody, they swear like Home is like, oh my God, that's Stephanie Mills' signature song. As a diehard Stephanie Mills fan, I have to say that I hate they make that, or they made her feel like that is her signature song. Because I'm like, oh.
I saw her sing that song and it just did something for me.
Now
I think this was when she was older that she did it, and it just gave me so much more respect for it.
Now she kills it. She don't make it sound like the talent show song that we
right.
She kills it vocally. That ain't the problem. But it's just like I'm Every Woman is just like that empowerment song. Like I just love it. It's that song that make you just feel like you can do whatever, right? And it's that song, like I know y'all tripping on that, like me cursing in that song that I wrote, right? So like when I'm practicing that song where I said a curse word, my sister said you only said 2 real curse words in the song. But she was like, I thought you were about to get gangster. She was like, you said 2 real curse words. She was like, calm down. But either way, but when I did it, when I sing those curse words, I feel like empowered. I feel like I got some bass in my voice. I feel like I'm telling somebody something. And that's how I'm Every Woman makes me feel. Like I love that song. It's a fun song. It's an empowering song. I just love that song very much. Now, that was all that they did. Now, some stuff they didn't do, I'm gonna name 4 songs from each one of them that they didn't do, that they should have done, in my opinion. And I would say out of the 4 that I'm gonna name for Stephanie, one of them, even though it was
the ones I wrote down, she did, except for one.
So, and I'm about to say, I guarantee you, I'm about to say that one. But one of these songs, it was a top 10 song, but and it was a top 10 R&B song, and it was a #1 dance song, but it wasn't one of my favorites of Stephanie, but it was a hit for her. So I'm gonna name 4, and all 4 of these songs for both of these ladies were either top 20 or top 10 R&B hits and or dance hits. One of them for each of them was a top 10 R&B hit, and another one for each one of them was a #1 dance hit. And they did not include these songs. So I could not believe that they did not do I've Learned to Respect the Power of Love.
That's the one, yeah.
And I could not believe that they didn't do Through the Fire.
Oh, that is one of my favorite.
I was like, how y'all not gonna do that? And so then the other songs that I think that they should have done and could have done by Stephanie included Rising Desire, The Medicine Song, and Stand Back. And for Chaka, they should have, in my opinion, done Please Pardon Me.
Yes.
Do you love what you feel?
Mm-hmm.
And This Is My Night.
Well, they played Do You Love What You Feel. They just didn't play it against each other. Mm-hmm.
They didn't put it in the battle though. So they did 17 songs, and normally they do 20. And so I kind of just wanted to add 3 or 4 more songs for the people who would say that neither one of them they couldn't get to 20. They could have got to 20. I actually think that they cut that battle short because Chaka just wasn't in a good place. Because they did have some more songs that they could play. And they even had other songs, me and Tawana was talking about this, that are B-sides that were still hits that people would still love. So, I mean, both of these ladies have, hits. They have catalogs. They have their fan bases for a reason, and they both deserve all the accolades that they get. Y'all know Stephanie's my favorite singer. Chaka is one of my top 10. She ain't my top 5, but she one of my top 10.
They could have did What You Gonna Do for Chaka.
Yeah, that was another one. But they had other ones, So I love and respect both of the ladies. I think they have great music. For me, this is like friendly competition. I know Nicole said she think I was mad at her. I wasn't mad at her. I was just like, oh, you ain't being objective. But you like what you like. But I was just like, well, look at the songs, not just the artists, but the songs holistically, and when I do that, and I'm being honest, I'm looking at what are the lyrics in the song? What is the song saying to me? What is the arrangement? Where does it go? Does it go somewhere in the bridge that just makes me like, or does the vocal performance pull me somewhere where I'm like, oh yeah, and not just, oh, I like Stephanie. So overall,
and I wasn't doing that.
Overall,
I know I felt like that to you, but I was really like, no, I had this conversation already. My thing was, I said I still liked the song choices of Chaka, but if we going off if watching the verses, it, Stephanie. You know what I'm saying?
No, we weren't going. We were going to go off the songs, and we were going off the songs that they put head to head.
I'm not talking about us. I'm just saying in the conversation I was having, just comparing. I still like the songs, but performance-wise, watching the verses, Stephanie all day. You know what I mean?
Well, the connection between both of them, I thought that it was so genuine and good. And Stephanie Mills, if it was possible for me to become an even bigger fan of hers, I was, because I just love the way that she carried herself. Yeah. And I love the way that she speaks and she portrays sisterhood. She's genuine. She believes in what she presents. That is what she truly believes. And I don't know how many people said it, but in the very beginning, because she kind of said it off the mic a little bit, but like when Chaka came up and was like, I don't know, I don't know what I do. I don't know what I'm doing. She was like, don't worry, I'll help you. I don't know how many people heard it, but she was like, she said it off the mic, but I heard her say it anyway. But she was like, basically telling me, I got you. And she did. And I wish that they both had just been at their absolute best, because it could have been iconic.
In a good way.
In a good way. Instead of people, I don't diss Chaka at all. And if she did slip, I pray that she gets the help that she needs, because I don't want to see or hear about another icon, us losing another icon to drugs. I really don't.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I follow her on Instagram. She goes live quite a bit. And I've never felt like her personality is always kind of whatever, you know, real kind of dry, like, you know. I don't know. I hope that it's not her slipping, you know, and it was something else. Because I'm not going to deny that something was going on, but I didn't necessarily. It could have been anything, you know. I just think people are quick to say, "Up, there she go with that crack," you know, and it could have been anything, you know.
Could have been, you know, as you get older, you know, doing certain things starts to change the chemical reactions in your body, and as you get older, your body just starts. You can be clean, but you can start something else. You know, you can smoke cigarettes, you can catch stuff. You know, drink too much, liver disease, a message with your body. So could have been, I don't know. But from me, just from looking, that's what I got.
Okay, well, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. For the people who watch it on the replay, subscribe on the Root Soul Productions YouTube page, or join the Root Soul Productions group and check us out every Monday. Give us your feedback. Share some poll suggestions for the best and worst remakes. What you ladies got?
I mean, you did it, Diana.
Good night. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
So natural, like a sinner, as natural as a children.